You got this?
Oh yeah.
All right. Are we live? Are we live?
Yep.
Cool. Okay. You can tell us your name, your title, and then a little bit about what you do here at Veracode.
I'm Tim Jarrett. I'm a VP of Product Management at Veracode, and as part of the product management team, my responsibilities include our developer experience, as well as working across all of our other products to deliver a coherent experience for customers.
Perfect. Okay. So you manage a team here, right? This is just you and I talking. This is
Yes.
Gonna be okay.
Yep.
And then just before you respond, I just want to hear a little bit about what that looks like, right? What is your team like? What's the makeup, and what does it do, or what difference does it make? I think is important.
Yeah.
So we can just talk, and then you can stop. We'll stop, and then you can formulate your response.
Yeah, so the team I manage is a combination of technical product managers and user assistance and user experience professionals, so kind of two different job functions. The technical product managers are the people who essentially make our strategy concrete. They're responsible for making all of the decisions day to day to take the things that we want to build and bring to customers, from ideas, high-level requirements, strategies, down into actual working software, working with the team and the architects. So it's a really critically important job, and it's one of the jobs we're hiring for in Prague. User experience and user assistance are a combined set of capabilities that are around shaping how customers work with our software. So identifying problem areas that we need to fix, identifying ways that we want to actually, change the way the software works to make things easier for users, product documentation. Really, kind of supporting that mission of delivering really good software through providing that expert, kind of insight into where we may want to take the next versions and how we may want to address customer problems.
Wow. Okay. I don't know if you can do better than that. That was really good.
I can try to do a slightly shorter version, but yeah.
But that sounded really, really great. And I think when you talk about Prague, right,
Mm-hmm.
like the sort of the innovation of all no, I won't say innovation because that's your word.
Yeah.
But where sort of like what we're looking to do at Prague in
Yeah.
Prague is
Yep.
to love it and make it sound like, oh my God, I want to work there. Right?
Yeah. Okay, so I'm going to take a breath and then I'll try to play that back.
I'm gonna have a chip.
So my team is composed of technical product managers and user experience, user assistance professionals. Both of those folks are there to help us deliver excellent software and customer experiences for Veracode's customers. The technical product managers are responsible for taking high-level ideas, directions, strategies, requirements, and making them real in software through a million day in, day out decisions, prioritization choices, negotiations, and conversations with engineers, architects, and other PMs. And within the Prague team, we're specifically looking to grow that function to add folks that will help us look at the next generation of our product. For the user experience and user assistance teams, they're responsible for helping us think about how we deliver that capability through software, identifying problems to be solved, identifying ways to solve those problems in the user experience, and identifying ways to explain how the software works so that we can make sure that users can get up and running quickly.
Great. All right, so now I want to think about what you're looking for when you want somebody to come and work in Prague on this team
Yep.
of yours, right? So if we think about attracting talent,
Yep.
right? What's important, and I think the growth for technology ownership,
Yep.
what they can learn here, right? Like what the career path might look like here,
Yep.
and then how they'll be educated, right? And then later on we can talk about or maybe it's inclusive of this response, because it's how they could grow with us.
Yeah.
Right? And I think going back to that, like, never mind, I'm not gonna say it, I'm gonna save that for the next question.
Okay.
But if you think about that, like why is this a great opportunity for someone? And
Yeah.
thinking about all of the, like, think about if you were starting your career or even in your career and you wanted
Yeah.
to do something new or fresh or you know, cutting edge.
Yeah.
You know, would you come to Veracode? I don't know.
Yeah. Yeah.
Like, why? If not, why wouldn't you?
Yeah.
And then, if so, why would you? Right?
Yeah.
Like, obviously, we don't want the why not.
Right. Okay.
All right.
So let me pause and think
Of
about
course.
how I want to phrase that.
I'm just gonna chip.
For the folks that we're looking for my team, there are a couple of things that are really important characteristics that will help them to be successful at Veracode and help them to grow their careers. The first is obviously the technical skills for the job. If I'm hiring a technical product manager, I want to make sure that they can manage a backlog, work with negotiations of scope and delivery timeframes, prioritize, and that they have a bias toward shipping code rather than perfecting requirements. One of the hardest things to do in that job is balancing between kind of getting the perfect answer versus getting something in front of a customer that may not be perfect, but is good enough to let us get feedback. And so we want them to be able to do that. We're also looking for every position we hire for people who are a good cultural fit with Veracode, people for whom the problem of application security is an important one, people who are dedicated to helping make customers' lives and experiences better, and people who are going to engage and work as part of a broader team. I think that as I think about how team members will grow their careers here, there's a constant change that happens at Veracode as we engage in the world of helping developers write secure code. And it's because both the security landscape and the development environments are constantly changing. Everything around us is always on the move, and we can't stay still as a result. It's kind of like, a day here is always coming to that same river, if you will, that stream of mingled development and security requirements. It's the same river, but it's never the same water, and so every day we're dealing with new and fresh challenges. In the last 2 years, we've replatformed everything that Veracode delivers. We've introduced major new software programming languages into our mix. We've fundamentally re-architected and changed the way that our developer tooling works. We've tripled the deployment footprint of Veracode with new deployment environments in the US federal region and in Europe. And we're not stopping innovating. So I think that as you think about the kind of career that you could have with Veracode, it's worth considering where we've been and projecting that forward to where we'll continue to go.
That's great. All right. So we talked about technology, what they can learn. So do you want to expand upon like how they'll be educated, how your team grows with with experience and education, if that's and I think if you take it to like you want people to come in and own their stuff, right?
Yeah.
Come in and like have the pride to take or the the energy to want to take and own something that's going to make a difference in and when we get our solutions in front of customers and how they use our solutions to do really great things. And I don't want you to say this, but this is the way I always think about Veracode. When I talk to a customer in a hospital or a developer who was like didn't care about security, but now he's like has a career path that he would not have had otherwise if the security team didn't make him pay attention to his Veracode solution.
Right.
Right. That's the way we're changing lives and mixing it up a little bit. Yes, yes, we are 17 years here,
Right.
and we've got trillions of lines of code to prove it, but also what we've got that is the value, the benefit, or the basis, the foundation to project
Yep.
all of that forward into the industry like no one else.
Yep. Yeah.
So we're the new, we're the old and we're the new,
Right.
but because we've got this legacy foundation, we've got the backing to be able to take technology wherever we see it going, right? Sorry, Sam is here to assist.
Cool. Hey, Sam.
Sam,
Oh, yeah.
Sam, Sam, okay.
All right.
So does that make sense to you?
Yeah, but
Too much?
should I focus primarily for this one more on the learning and, and so on, or more on the growth, or both? Because I can go either way with the answer. I just want to make sure I'm not trying to do too much.
Let's do the learning part, and then
Okay.
the other part we can do with how you can grow with us, right?
Yep.
You can work in that,
Yep.
where we were, where we're going, kind of thing.
Yep.
Right.
Cool. Okay. Okay. So when a new team member joins Veracode, they take their position with one or more teams that they're going to be supporting and leading, whether as a technical product manager or user experience professional. Within the scope of those teams, we've adopted a cell architecture for the way that we build and deliver software. And what that means is that those teams function as part of a group that's wholly in control of their destiny and of driving their product areas forward. So even if you're starting out just as a junior contributor with a single team, you are still given a mission and given the responsibility to drive that forward and to learn and to improve your processes and to improve your skills as you go. We do agile development, we do extreme programming, we have a very strong retrospective driven culture where we look at what worked, what didn't, and how we improve. We have formal training opportunities, but we also have capabilities like our guilds that help to share best practices and knowledge across teams and across cells. And we believe in providing formal training to employees where it's needed, for example, adopting new skills, adopting and learning best practices for product management.
Great. So if I was to come here and work on a team, what would that team environment be like for me?
So when you come to Veracode and work on a team, you're plunging into a group that is really going to start to feel like a family after a while. The culture that we have emphasizes collaboration on an ongoing basis through whatever means is comfortable for the team. I know some teams that do all their work on Slack. Other teams maintain an open conference channel at all times so that they can chat informally, plan, respond to events, learn from each other. Yeah, I was just going to say.
Really good too.
That's all right. I can. We didn't get too far in that. I can wind it back.
I think it's important to talk about like the inclusivity of the team for somebody who might be that junior person to come in and go,
Yeah.
oh, I can't do all that,
Right.
right? But it's
Yeah.
like,
I'm
you know
getting
what,
there.
You need that
Yeah.
hunger to get there, and
Yeah.
you'll get there.
Yeah. I'm going to get there in a second.
All right.
Is he done?
I think so.
All right. Let's try that again. When you come into a team in Veracode, you're joining a group of people who over time will feel a little bit like a family. The way that we work our teams is to try to ensure that they are constantly communicating and collaborating with each other. Different teams will choose different ways to do that depending on the people involved. I know some teams that do all of their collaboration over Slack and text. Other teams use tools like Teams or Zoom to constantly check in with each other during the day and solve problems as they come up.
That was good.
I have one more
You
thing
can
that I'm
just
going to
pick-
say.
you can just
Yeah,
add that on.
I'll pick it up. The most important thing for new team members that we use is pair programming, where as a new team member, you'll be paired with a more experienced member and you'll sit down with one pair of hands on the keyboard, but two pairs of eyes on the screen to figure out how to address the challenges in front of you and make sure that knowledge transfer is happening on a continuous basis. Okay.
Really great.
All right.
You have to go.
No.
All right. I really like that. Okay. So technology, I think you talked about ownership, what they
Yeah.
can learn, how they
Yeah.
be educated. I think all that is really covered. How they can grow with us is the part I don't know that we've really covered yet.
Yeah.
And maybe that's the old and the new and there's some people, are fresh out of college, but some people are, and I always think our secret weapon here is Chris Weishopel, right? Come on, guys, Chris Weishopel.
Yeah,
right?
yeah. So maybe what I'd like to do for this one is to talk a little bit about how I've seen people grow here, and talk about, like, not named but specific examples, and kind of use that as evidence rather than talking in more general terms like I've been doing so far.
I love that.
All right, that I can do.
Perfect.
It's got a bowling alley up there.
Seriously.
All right, sounds like we're good. So I've been with Veracode for 15 years, and in that time I've seen a lot of individuals start from basically entry-level positions and grow to positions of significant power and responsibility just in the natural course of doing their jobs. And pause for 1 second. I'm going to start that over.
I think if you say, I think what I'm hearing, and I know this is not what you mean, but just how perception is everything. And then if I was going to come here and think, okay, it's going to take me 15 years, because
Yeah.
short-term mentality
Yeah.
somebody who thinks that they're going to run the place in 2 years, right?
Yeah.
So I think maybe.
I can reframe.
Okay.
Yeah.
Perfect.
As a manager at Veracode, I'm always looking for what's the next growth step that I can help my employees to take. I'm looking to see where I can help them stretch, where I can help them build muscles that need to be built, and where I can help them lead into strengths
It's okay.
and where I can help them lean into strengths that they already have. I work with colleagues who started in entry-level positions and are now responsible as technical product managers for major lines of business at Veracode, and they've been able to grow an entire career path here. I've worked with other folks here who have come in as entry-level TPMs and are now running multiple teams and responsible for delivering significant functions. Veracode likes to invest in the growth of our employees. Let's try that one more time. Veracode invests in the growth of our employees because, frankly, it's hard to find people who understand application security and software development both. And so when we find them, we want to make sure that they are successful and that they can build a long-lasting career here.
Great. Okay, we have growth, we have all of the rest, and now there's sort of one two-part question left. And if you wanted to frame it and answer both questions at the same time, that would work as well.
Okay.
So the first one is sort of how you would describe the culture here. And the second one is, what do you like most, or what do you like about working at Veracode, right? So to me, like what I like most about working at Veracode is the culture.
Yeah.
So for me, that question is like, it's one and not two. But
Yeah.
for you, you could probably, with all of your experience here, you could absolutely probably answer it in two ways. You would have a separate opportunity for each.
Cool. I'm going to give it just a second for the elevator to go, and
Thank you. Appreciate that.
I see the cart rolling, so. All right. So, culture and what do I like best, right?
Yeah, so describe the culture here, and then What do you like about working at Veracode?
Yeah. Veracode's culture is really an important ingredient for almost everyone that I know that I work with in terms of why they like to work here. Let me start that again, that was awkward. One of the things that keeps me working here at Veracode is the excellence of the culture. There's a really unique combination of ingredients, dedication to innovation, dedication to customer success, solving hard problems for customers, and treating each other like family. That's kind of an unbeatable combination. It's one of the things that I love most about being here. I think that for me, one of the really interesting ingredients in that is the nature of the problem that we're solving. I've been doing this for a while, and application security has not diminished in importance. In fact, I would say that over the time that I've been at Veracode, it's gotten to be more and more apparent that this is the problem to solve to enable the world's digital businesses to grow faster and safer, and to enable ordinary everyday people to safely conduct business with each other online, to collaborate with each other, just to be friends with each other online. My background at Microsoft during the early days of the cybersecurity problems, responses to things like MS Blaster and SQL Slammer, have really kind of implanted in me, that this is the problem to solve, and I'm really proud to be at Veracode where we're working on solving it.
That's a wrap.
Beautiful.
What do you think? Okay, love it.
All right.